Nintendo Switch is no doubt one of the most successful consoles ever made, but it's so outdated that the low-resolution screen, weak battery life, and lack of 4K support surely don't compare to today's standards. But what if we told you that Nintendo is working on a new Switch? In this video, we'll reveal all the leaks and rumors about the Nintendo Switch 2, the ultimate gaming device that's just around the corner. With Nintendo Switch being outdated, fans are starting to crave something new from Nintendo. And it looks like Nintendo took that into notice because rumors are swirling that Nintendo is working on a successor to the Switch, which they're playfully calling the Switch 2, for now at least. Now, this new console might have even more power than the original while still keeping that cool ability to use it both at home and on the go. Although it's not official yet, there have been leaks and reports from major sources talking about a snazzy new game system. From what they're saying, it seems like Nintendo is sticking to their convertible approach. You know, where you can take your console on the go and then dock it to play on the TV. Now, Bloomberg spilled the beans in May 2023 that Sharp, a well-known display manufacturer, is apparently working on screens for this upcoming handheld console. Sharp has collaborated with Nintendo in the past, so there's definitely some credibility there, and Nintendo is still the big boss when it comes to making portable gaming devices. Sure, Sony has their PlayStation Portal that pairs up with the PlayStation 5, and PC lovers are going crazy for Valve's Steam Deck, but Nintendo? They're all about bringing the joy of gaming on the go. In June 2023, a sneaky fan squeezed out some info from Nintendo's president, Shintaro Furukawa himself. When asked about the transition from the Switch to the next-generation machine, Fukaru said, "As for the transition from Nintendo Switch to the next-generation machine, we want to do as much as possible in order to smoothly transition our customers while utilizing the Nintendo account." Until now, Nintendo hasn't dropped the official news about a next-gen Switch, but word on the street says we might be getting it by 2024. According to reports, they've set their sights on late 2024 for the release, which would be about 7.5 years after the original Switch rocked our gaming world. However, in October 2023, a reliable leaker, according to WCCF Tech, spilled some juicy details on Discord. According to this leaker, the new Switch is aiming for a grand entrance on September 24, 2024. Plus, November 3, 2024 is also being tossed around as another possible release date. But here's the big question: how much will this shiny new console cost? The report doesn't spill the beans on that just yet. Now, if we look at Nintendo's previous consoles, they've always been careful not to break the bank by using the latest cutting-edge tech. Will they stick to their frugal ways this time too? Only time will tell. But according to that very same leaker, the price point for the Switch 2 is rumored to be $449 for the base model. And if you prefer going all digital, they've got a version for you too at $400. Just to refresh your memory, the original Switch hit the scene in 2017 for $300, while the Switch Lite, the purely handheld version, waved hello in 2019 with a $200 price tag. And the OLED model that graced us in 2021 came with some premium enhancements, like a bigger, bolder screen and a price tag of $350. Now, a juicy report from VGC in July 2023 spills the beans on some insider info. Apparently, Nintendo is super keen to avoid the woes of past console launches, where hardware shortages left fans in despair. They want to ensure this new Switch successor is ready to meet the demands of all eager gamers, and with the original Switch being so popular, just to keep up the momentum. Apart from that, they also said that to keep costs under control, Nintendo might ditch those fancy OLED panels in favor of LCD screens. Talking of its design, the Switch's clever hybrid design, combining home and handheld gaming, means they gotta keep it slim and make sure that battery life is on point. Now, the question arises, will the new Nintendo console offer 4K visuals? Well, from what parents have revealed, it seems that Nintendo has been tinkering with upscaling technology. So instead of a native 4K presentation, an upscaled 4K solution might be more up their alley. According to a report by VGC, the visuals in a console demo were said to be on par with the current-gen graphics from Sony and Microsoft. How did they do it? Well, with NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling technology and some advanced ray tracing. In an interview with Nikkei, Nintendo president Furukawa himself confirmed that they'll be keeping supporting the original Switch with new games until at least March of 2025. So even if the Switch 2 swoops in late 2024, we can look forward to more Switch games for years to come. While Nintendo may switch gears quickly to the new hardware, we can bet that third-party game makers will still cater to the Switch audience. These reports are also saying that they won't be trying to outshine the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X in terms of sheer console power. Instead, they're aiming to deliver a gaming experience that's still fantastic, but with a tad bit less oomph. Now, leaked documents from Activision surfaced in September 2023, and guess what? According to their evaluations back in late 2022, it seems like the Switch successor will hold its own. It's expected to have similar power to the trusty old PlayStation 4 and Xbox One hardware. VGC also spilled the Switch 2 is expected to keep a cartridge port for those old physical games. And Eurogamer reported that Nintendo showed off some super secret tech demos for the Switch 2 at the Gamescom conference in August 2023. They even went all out and used an upgraded version of the beloved hit game The Legend of Zelda to showcase the new hardware's capabilities. We all know that when it comes to Nintendo, their iconic franchises like Super Mario and Mario Kart are always front and center. So you can bet your bottom dollar that these beloved classics will find their way to the Switch 2 in no time. Plus, they've been dabbling in some wizardry from Epic Games, the Matrix Awakens tech demo for Unreal Engine 5. And here's another wild rumor: they might be using ray reconstruction, a term for delivering ray tracing effects using AI without putting too much strain on the hardware. It's like hardware trickery powered by Nvidia's DLSS 3.5 tech. All in all, this suggests the new Nintendo might not have the exact power of the latest PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, but it could still give the older generation PS4 and Xbox One a run for their money. And it might even have more RAM than the Xbox Series S, with whispers about a generous 12 GB on board. But this September, a journalist named Necro Felipe Lima dropped a bombshell. They claim that the highly anticipated Far Cry 7, the next installment in Ubisoft's popular open-world shooter series, will hit the Switch successor at the same time as other platforms. Insider Gaming even went ahead and put a date on it, suggesting a fall 2025 release for Far Cry 7. Who knows, by then, the Switch 2 might already be delighting gamers everywhere with its incredible features and immersive gameplay. And according to another leaker called Zippo, who has a pretty solid track record, it seems that Nintendo's EPD Tokyo Studio is cooking up a new Donkey Kong game. Another title that's making waves in the rumor mill is Metroid Prime 4. It's been lurking in the shadows for quite some time without a release date in sight, but maybe they'll surprise us with a cross-generational release for both the old and new consoles, just like they did with Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess. Apart from that, fans are desperately in need of a new Mario Kart. It's been over 9 years since we got our hands on a fresh installment. Sure, they've been adding content to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but it's high time for a proper sequel. And with the arrival of the Switch 2, it's the perfect opportunity to rev up Mario Kart 9. With all of that, one burning question on everyone's mind is whether this awesome new console will be backward compatible with our trusty old Switch games. Well, the answer is unknown. But if we take a nostalgic trip down memory lane and remember the original Switch's development, many of the early leaks and reports turned out to be true, and Nintendo did make a splash with their triumphant return after the Wii U flop. So, who knows? The stars might align once again and bring us a Switch 2 that blows us away. That wraps up today's update. If you have any thoughts or questions about the Nintendo Switch 2, feel free to share. Until next time, stay tuned and we'll see you soon.